I think Lloyd Austin, the current defense secretary, is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's a giant piece of shit. I don't remember when it was, a couple of months ago, I think, maybe a month and a half. He said that COVID is the most urgent challenge we face in the U.S. military. Now, to that point, 26 members of the U.S. military had died of COVID, and 571 had committed suicide. So there's good old Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin with his finger on the pulse, right? Obviously, he's paying attention to what's going on in the fucking universe here. Members of the U.S. military are going to be required to get the COVID-19 vaccine beginning next month.
So what happens if they don't?
Under a plan laid out by the Pentagon Monday and endorsed by President Joe Biden. I don't know what happens. Like, I told people during the swine flu bullshit, I told them, like, fuck off. I'm like, I'm not getting this.
Yeah.
I'm not getting some variant. I looked into the efficacy of the flu vaccine, how many different variants there were, and how likely it was to get something like that anyways. And then the survivability rate for somebody of my age and health.
Yeah, I mean,
and decided that I wasn't going to get it.
But I'm just like, what are they going to do to them? Like, maybe put on their, do you get a dishonorable discharge? Like, other than honorable discharge?
You have to go through the courts. Like, people have been reaching out to me about this. Some people who actually went through it previously with other vaccines and said that the process isn't that your chain of command just gives you an Article 15.
Yeah.
Or whatever. The process is that you're required to put on paper that you're not going to get it, and you have to go to court to defend that position. That's what I'm being told.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. But again, like, so are they gonna, you know, at what level do they go? Do they just say, okay, well, I get that, so you just don't need to be in the military? So do they let them out, or do they not get? Do they get broke down? Do they go to the brig? Do they get other than honorable? Do they get dishonorable? I mean, there's all these different factors. At what level does this rate at? Because you choose to not get a vaccine that was unforeseen when you joined. It's not like, well, I signed up, so I agreed to this.
I didn't. When I signed up to be in the U.S. Army, I signed up to defend the Constitution, not to fucking get vaccinated if they feel like it. Fuck that shit.
There is some bullshit. Like, when you sign up for the military, you also know that you're going to get your fucking haircut. You're going to have to shave.
Sure.
Like, there's a bunch of bullshit you sign on to.
And then when I get out of the military, the haircuts and shaving ends whenever I feel like it. But that shit they put into my body stays there. Fuck that.
But
I'm not doing it.
But we also get a bunch of shots when we first get in the military.
Yeah, but it's nothing that you wouldn't get when you were traveling to Europe.
I mean, anthrax.
Anthrax is a different story. That was unnecessary too, and it was ineffective. But
I got you. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you still kind of sign up for it.
Well, no, you don't. There were plenty of ways to not take the anthrax vaccine.
How?
I know half of my fucking unit didn't take that shit. They just told them to go fuck themselves. But I got it because I thought it was kind of cool, to be honest.
I mean, I thought
fucking
it was
anthrax?
cool.
Hell yeah, let's do this. If the military stands up and says no to this shit in unison, then the entire country can say no. And I'm not saying say no to the vaccine. I'm saying say no to mandates from the government. Fuck those motherfuckers. They've been lying to us this entire time, and they don't have the moral authority to mandate shit anymore.
But what's fucked up about this is that it will ruin the rest of their lives.
It might, but not if everyone does it. If you're out there and you're in the military, you feel like you need or don't mind getting vaccine, go ahead and do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But if you're a person that doesn't want it, you better stand the fuck up, bitch. Because first they came for the socialists and you weren't a socialist, so you didn't say anything. Then they came for everybody else. And by the time they came for you, there's nobody else to fucking stand up. It is your job, motherfucker, to stand the fuck up. It is your job. You signed on that dotted line to protect this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yep.
And when the government is lying to you and trying to mandate shit, that is a fucking attack. Okay? And it is imperative for you to fight back against that shit, regardless of the cost to yourself.
Absolutely.
The end. I mean, that's not the end of the show, but I'm getting rid of that guy because he's a fucking cunt. Dan,
are you okay over there?
Be a fucking man. You signed up to fucking fight and die, but you're not willing to fucking take some heat domestically? Are you fucking kidding me? That's your fucking position? God damn it, man. Just had enough of these fucking people.
There's plenty of them, man. Plenty fucking of them.
Yeah. So I don't know what
Give him some edibles, Brittany.
I don't know what kind of wake up call people need here.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's like, I think it's like people can just decide what they want to fucking do.
Right.
You know, decide what you want to do. Decide what's best for you.
Empower people to make their own decisions.
Make your own decision. I think it's
I
crazy.
mean, that's how you raise a child, right? Like if you just like are there constantly hounding the child or an employee, if for those of you who don't have children, if you're trying to train an employee and after all the training, that employee still needs you to be there all the time to answer their questions and help them do their job, then you haven't trained anybody.
Exactly. And like we should be empowering people to make their own fucking decisions. That like the government's only role in all of this is to provide accurate information on all this, so that people can make their own fucking decisions, not telling people what they should do. When they tell us what to fucking do, it means that they don't, I mean, again, they think that we're fucking idiots.
Well, the first thing I do when anybody tells me what to do is I try to figure out if what they're telling me to do makes sense, right? Cui bono, who benefits from this? Who benefits from me doing this? Yeah. And I'll tell you who benefits. I'll tell you a couple things.
Big pharma.
I've said this a couple times before. Now we've seen these pharmaceutical companies start to report their earnings. They're profiting, not generating revenue, but profiting billions of dollars. $8 billion, I think, for Moderna, which would put their total revenue somewhere in the $28 million range, probably something like that. Fuck these motherfuckers.